Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Now,
what's going on, everybody? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199. And holy crap, there's a lot going on today. That's why I decided to go live a little bit earlier, because I do have another stream a little bit later tonight. And there is just an insane amount of stuff to cover. So I decided, let's go ahead and go live now and start covering a lot of this stuff. So yeah, let's go. Yeah, I see Drunk 3PO. Mark Hamill returns to Twitter and tweets Billy. Yes, and you retweeted it. I saw your tweet. What's up, Drunk 3PO? Yeah, there is so much going on right now that I don't even know where to start, honestly. Between all of the Democrats have completely lost the plot. They are completely clueless as to what they need to do next, and they're only making the situation worse every single day for them, to the point where Stephen A. Smith is going to be the person that is going to be their front runner, which says a lot about how bad things are for them. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, they're making themselves look like fools right now. Something that happened that I don't know how many of you are interested in, and I totally understand if like most of you aren't interested in it, but it is a very interesting story, is massive YouTuber iDubbbz just dropped his long-awaited content cop. And let's just say it's not going over very well at all. And his content cop was made on Ethan Klein of H3H3, and he essentially partnered up with Hassan Piker to make the content cop about Ethan Klein, and it's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. It is really, really embarrassing. iDubbbz has massive TDS. and he has a massive EDS, Elon derangement syndrome. So he's also like been cucked, and it's just a bad situation. So iDubbbz used to actually be an edgelord on YouTube. He used to literally go around saying the N-word to freak out other content creators back like pre-2015, 2016 times. Now he's using a different N-word. He's calling everyone a Nazi. It is the craziest thing ever. It really is. So anyway, Hassan basically teamed up with him, and it's not going over very well. And watching the reaction to that has been pretty crazy. Ashley St. Clair has done yet another interview. The same Ashley St. Clair who asked for privacy in this difficult time has now done another interview trying to expose Elon Musk, and we'll get into a lot of the details there. And we find out that maybe Elon was actually trying to hook up with that Asian chick that was getting big payouts on Twitter. I ain't hating, man. Elon's just Ric Flair. That's what he is, man. You know, just limousine riding, jet flying, rocket building billionaire, Twitter buying billionaire, just hooking up with all the ladies. So yeah, man, freaking Elon just trying to populate the world right now. It's pretty awesome. Obi-Wan John for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Obi-Wan John. Appreciate that. Hail to the gifted memberships in the chat. Keena says, did you see the Jonah Hill's mid-90s? His movie's mid-90s? I don't think so. I'm not familiar with that one. Or for $1. Eric John Pizza Artist says, did you see the story about Tyler Fisher tagged you? I did see that. I'm not sure what to make of that one. I personally, the only time whenever you see me reacting to Gutfeld clips, that's the only time I watch Gutfeld. It is interesting. I think Tyler Fisher's been on, he's been on Friday Night Tights once. I think he's funny. So apparently he got kicked off of the Gutfeld show, which I didn't know he was on it, to be honest. He made a long tweet talking about it. And essentially from his perspective, he says that he got basically kicked off the show because he asked a coworker out for coffee. I'm not really sure all of the details there in the tweet, and I'm not sure. I guess he's trying to maybe get some kind of legal representation. But in the tweet, he admits that he gained hundreds of thousands of followers from the Gutfeld show. So that's not really going to help his case if you're admitting that you gained hundreds of thousands of followers just by being part of the show. So I don't know. So it is what it is. I will look into that a little bit later. But yeah, I did see that, and thank you for letting me know. Gabriel Knight says, Leticia James going to jail for fraud. Oh, the irony. You know what? I think we should probably start out with that one, because that is probably the funniest story of the day in a day full of crazy stories. Cross-eyed, fish-eyed, fat, ugly, disgusting Leticia James is melting down. I mean, she is absolutely melting down to the point where her eyes are moving all over the place. And I think that's pretty damn hilarious. So right here, if you remember, fish-eyed Leticia James, she's really upset. Now, if you remember when Donald Trump was being targeted by all of these left-wing Democrats, when they were targeting him in, I think it was 4 different indictments that he had, Donald Trump never lost his cool. Donald Trump never lost his cool. He just continued to deal with it and handle it like an innocent person would. This is how Leticia James is handling what's going on with her.
My mission is clear. I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready.
As she looks at you bro, your eyes are so far apart. What is going on with your eyes? Holy shit. You're not focused. Your eyes are going the complete opposite direction. It's not how this works. And you're fat.
My mission is clear. I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University that overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you. We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We saved this democracy before. We'll save it now. Let's go.
Holy shit. This is not the behavior of an innocent person. I will say with this clip right here, you're pretty close to sending your heart out to everyone, just like Elon did. But it might want to be careful with that. Might want to be careful with sending your heart out to everyone. Just saying, okay? Just saying. So yeah, I mean, this is absolutely insane. This is the behavior. Look at this fucking. I gotta be careful. I don't want to say any words. Just, whoo. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. This is not the behavior of an innocent person, okay? Chat, y'all are killing me. Chat, behave. Chat, behave. All right? This is a respectable show around here, all right? You don't make disrespectful comments about anyone, okay? Oh, man, oh, man. But yeah, so she's having a real bad day right now. Things are not going well for her. But, and you may be shocked. You may be shocked. I don't know. This might shock some of you, and maybe it doesn't. We're going to find out. But she's not having the worst day of anyone. She's not. Do you know who's having the worst day of anyone? That would be this clown right here. Chris Van, I think it's Holland, who has arrived in El Salvador to advocate for a criminal. Oh, his day's not going very well at all. His day's going pretty bad.
I just landed at the airport in San Salvador a little while ago. I'm now en route into the city. Looking forward to meeting with the team from the American Embassy. And I do want to thank our Foreign Service officers and the whole team at this embassy and embassies around the world for all the good work they do on behalf of our country. I'm proud to co-chair the bipartisan Foreign Service Caucus that stands up for the men and women who are serving our country overseas and at home in the State Department. After that, I hope to meet with some high-level government officials from El Salvador. As I've said before, the goal of my visit is to talk to people here about the release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. I told his wife and his family I would do everything possible to bring him home, and we're going to keep working at this until we're successful. I also hope to have the chance to meet with him, but we'll have a better idea if that works out a little later on.
This is the Democratic Party right here. And it got really bad for this clown. This clown looks really fucking bad right now because this happened today at the White House.
A lot of you,
I don't know how good you can hear it.
know the whole story about Rachel
So I'm sorry if you can't hear it that well.
that was committed against her. Even us, her family, we didn't know all the details. They kept most of it close to their chest, the detectives, because they didn't want to do anything to hurt the case. They wanted to keep the integrity of the case, so they kept everything close.
Is it too low? It's very quiet. Fucking hell. Hang on. Let's see if I can. Let me go to right side broadcasting. I'm sure they had it live earlier. All right, here we go. This is going to be better. I don't know why Twitter video has to suck.
state could not be compelled to force him. Speak no evil, see no evil. 13.
Here we go. So this is in reference to the clown.
Violent alien.
This is in reference to the clown that the Democrats want to go and fight for, an illegal immigrant who is a criminal, who is by all accounts a terrible human being in the acts that they have committed, and they are willing to fight for this person instead of the American that was affected by it. This is, I believe, the mother of the victim, and this has made this guy look like a complete fucking fool today. But understand that this is the AOC crowd. This is the Bernie crowd. All right. This is all of them. And the White House did this specifically to make him look like a fucking fool.
And criminals from our communities. That is why the American people overwhelmingly reelected him back to this office. And it's why the American people defeated the Democrat Party in devastating fashion. Today, we have officially learned Democrat officials still refuse to accept the will of the American people. Maryland Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen rushed to Dulles Airport this morning to fly to El Salvador, potentially using taxpayer dollars to demand the release of deported illegal alien MS-13 terrorist. The Democrats and the media in this room have continually and wrongly labeled Kilmar Abrego Garcia as a Maryland father. There is no Maryland father. Let me reiterate. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is an illegal alien, MS-13 gang member and foreign terrorist who was deported back to his home country. And when Kilmar Abrego Garcia was originally arrested, he was wearing a sweatshirt with rolls of money covering the ears, mouth, and eyes of presidents on various currency denominations. This is a known MS-13 gang symbol of hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Abrego Garcia was also arrested with two other well-known members of the vicious MS-13 gang. And two separate judges found that Abrego Garcia was a member of MS-13. And that
I love that she is so passionate about this, and you're going to hear what Dougie B is talking about right here. Dougie B for 50 says this poor mother describing in graphic detail what happened to her daughter by that illegal. Reporters have zero questions for the mother. Sarcasm. Shocking. CNN will try to make this poor mother out to be the villain. Asshats. 1,000%. And again, as you listen to what you're about to hear, as you listen to what you're going to hear from not only Caroline Leavitt, but also the mother, understand that this is who the Democrats are fighting against. Mothers like this, mothers and parents and victims like this. These people are evil. Democrats are fucking evil. I'm sick and tired. Like, quit talking about them with kid gloves. Call them out for what they are. They're evil human beings, and this is why you can't play by the rules with them anymore. They don't play by the rules. Democrats have proven they don't play by the rules, and they don't care about the rules.
That finding has never been disputed. And just this morning, it was revealed through Maryland court documents that Abrego Garcia's wife petitioned for an order of protection against him for 2 instances of domestic violence in May of 2021. And here is the order right here. The court ordered that the respondent committed the following acts of abuse. Once in May of 2021, assault in any degree. And on May 4th of 2021, he punched and scratched his wife, ripped off her shirt, and grabbed and bruised her. This is from a court in Maryland. So not only are Democrats rushing to defend an illegal criminal foreign terrorist gang member, but also an apparent woman beater. To set all of that aside, the basic fact that he was illegally inside our country and had a lawful deportation order made him subject to removal back to his home country of El Salvador. And if he ever ends up back in the United States, he would immediately be deported again. Nothing will change the fact that Abrego Garcia will never be a Maryland father. He will never live in the United States of America again. And the United States Supreme Court ruled unanimously that the President of the United States and the Secretary of State could not be compelled to forcibly retrieve this citizen of El Salvador who is currently locked up in a maximum security prison in his home country due to his MS-13 membership. To remind the media and the Democrat Party, MS-13 are among the most vicious and dangerous individuals in this world. They pose a direct threat to the United States, El Salvador, and any other country who maintains basic law and order. MS-13 rapes innocent girls and women, runs sex trafficking operations, murders for sport, and terrorizes law-abiding people. That's why El Salvador President Bukele made it clear this week that he will not be releasing this MS-13 gang member from his prison. But that is not enough. All of that is not enough to stop the Democrat Party from their lies. The number one issue they are focused on right now is bringing back this illegal alien terrorist to America. But where are the Democrats applauding the fact that southern border crossings just hit a historic low? Where are the Democrats supporting our brave men and women of law enforcement who are putting their lives on the line every single day to arrest the violent illegal alien invaders that the previous administration allowed into our country? And where are the Democrats when innocent Americans are victimized by illegal criminals that Joe Biden let in? It's appalling and sad that Senator Van Hollen and the Democrats applauding his trip to El Salvador today are incapable of having any shred of common sense or empathy for their own constituents and our citizens. Nobody knows this more than the woman standing to my right, Patty Morin, whose beautiful daughter Rachel was brutally maimed and murdered at the hands of an illegal alien in August of 2023. Patty no longer has her daughter because of the failed Democrat Party's open border, and these are policies that President Trump is bringing an end to. Patty should not have to be here today, but she is, and we are grateful and we are honored for her willingness and her request to share her powerful story with the world. Thank you, Patty, for being here.
Thank you.
Now, before we hear from Patty, let you hear this one more time from the Democrats.
I just landed at the airport in San Salvador a little while ago. I'm now en route into the city, looking forward to meeting with the team from the American Embassy. And I do want to thank our Foreign Service officers and the whole team at this embassy and embassies around the world for all the good work they do on behalf of our country. I'm proud to co-chair the bipartisan Foreign Service Caucus that stands up for the men and women who are serving our country overseas and at home in the State Department. After that, I hope to meet with some high-level government officials from El Salvador. As I've said before, the goal of my visit is to talk to people here about the release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. I told his wife and his family I would do everything possible to bring him home, and we're going to keep working at this until we're successful. I also hope to have the chance to meet with him, but we'll have a better idea if that works out a little later on.
Just remember that as we listen to this now. Unbelievable.
A lot of you don't know the whole story about Rachel and about the crime that was committed against her. Even us, her family, we didn't know all the details. They kept most of it close to their chest, the detectives, because they didn't want to do anything to hurt the case. They wanted to keep the integrity of the case, so they kept everything close. I sat for the last 2 weeks in her trial, and we saw layer upon layer upon layer of evidence against the accused, an illegal immigrant from El Salvador. And the things that we thought, well, maybe this might have happened, we didn't know. But when we were at the trial, we got all the puzzle pieces. And I want to share some of those things with you. You know that Rachel's a 37-year-old mother. She has 5 children. We've walked the trail for the last 25 years that we've lived in Maryland. It's a safe place for our family. It's where we go to get a little bit of New England, because that's where we're from, New England. When she went on that trail that day, she was not planning on dying. She wasn't planning on walking to her death. She was planning on going to the grocery store with her girls afterwards. Victor Martinez, he waited for her. He waited for her to come closer. He saw her. He saw that there was nobody around. He attacked her. He dragged her 150 feet, blood gushing from her head. It left a 150-foot trail of her blood to the culverts, where he picked her up, he threw her against the wall of the tunnel, and he raped her. But before he did that, he stopped on that trail, and rocks, still stained with her blood, he used them to hammer her head against those rocks. They say at least 20 times they could count the cuts in her head. They said that when they did the autopsy, and I've seen the pictures, there's a 6-inch square in the back of her head where the skull is shattered the way that you would crush an eggshell in pieces. 3/4 of her brain hemorrhaged. Her right and left side of her face bashed in. Her beautiful face bashed in. Her head bashed in. Broken bones, fractures. He takes and he drags her some more. He drags her through the thorn bushes. She has all the scrapes and cuts on her body. There wasn't 1 inch of her body that didn't have some kind of injury, whether it's bruising, broken bones, contusions, the scratches. She had a fractured rib, fractured nose, fractured skull. And then he takes her into the tunnel and he picks her up. He throws her against the wall. Blood is gushing from her head. Her hair is soaked in blood. And they showed us pictures of her body against the wall, outlined. The blood outlined her body. And you could see where the blood ran down around her as he was raping her.
I know this sucks. I know this is terrible to hear. It's necessary to understand the level of evil that we're dealing with and the level of evil that the Democrats are willing to bring into this country and protect. It's necessary to hear.
And then he threw her down and raped her some more. And then he strangled her because he didn't want her to be able to live to tell the story. They said that when they did the autopsy on her neck, that one of the things they do is they open up the neck and they look to see how far the injury is. And they went all the way down as far as an injury is possible, hemorrhaging in the muscles because of how strong and violent the group was around her. These are the kind of people that have no compulsion. Like, to them, this is nothing. And when he was sitting in the courtroom, he actually looked like he thought he was going to be set free. There was no remorse on his face at all. This person took my daughter so violently and so gruesomely and so graphically that they sealed the pictures, because I don't want my granddaughters to see these pictures. These are the kind of criminals President Trump wants to remove from our country. These are the kind of criminals that we need to remove from our country. We are American citizens. Why should we allow people like this, violent criminals that have no conscience at all, to murder our mothers, our sisters, our daughters? I don't understand why there's even any kind of problem with this. And it's not that it's political, like the left or the right, although I understand different parties have used it in the past. But we have to look at it as we are American citizens. We need to protect our families,
And what's sad is that if President Trump was not the president, this would all be getting worse by the minute. By the minute, it would be getting worse.
Our borders, our children. I don't care about politics. Well, I do, but I want to preserve life. And that's the only reason why I have taken and spoken about Rachel all this time. If you're a mother here in the room, can you imagine standing there alive? You're alive, and someone comes and puts their hands into your chest and rips out your heart. That's what it feels like. It feels like a part of you is being ripped out of you. You can't even describe the pain. Just like you can't describe to your husband what it feels like to carry a baby in your womb, or to feel those first kicks, or to know just intuitively if it's a boy or a girl. It's only a thing that a mother knows. Why are we not protecting the American citizens? It's just common sense. Why are we not protecting our children? And to have a senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children without a mother and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do, or my daughter, or my grandchildren? I don't understand this.
These people are horrible, but do you know who isn't horrible? That would be our, give me a minute here. There's so much going on. So right here, that would be our great President Trump right here, who met with the mother right here.
Beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. She's been through hell. She's been through hell, right?
Oh, yes.
Your daughter's looking that proud of you. You know that. Just keep it going.
I know.
Keep it going.
Like you said.
Stay with that one.
It's like you said, we have a purpose.
It's a purpose. She's proud of you.
It's nice to have a president who actually cares. And there's a lot of evil forces, that, are trying to tear him down, tear anyone down that supports him. And it's sick, twisted, and disgusting. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's see. Aaron Alexander says, or the Mad Shogun says, Elon needs to hook up with a better class of women. Keep away from those crazy thoughts. Hey man, everybody's got their weakness. River Miles says MS, and then a lot of dashes. 13 to Leticia James. Leticia James is a terrible person. Dougie B for 20 says, hear that, American citizens? The Democrats prefer MS-13 members over you, for fuck's sake. They do. They absolutely do. Nightmare 99 for 20 says, give him the chair or send him to me. I just think that, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong to be more worried about your safety than worried about people's feelings. I think that your safety is more important than a bunch of mentally ill people's feelings. I know, call me crazy for thinking that. But hey, we could be back to the Joe Biden era, because Joe Biden showed up yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Joe Biden showed up yesterday, and let's just say it wasn't a great showing for Joe Biden. The Democrats deciding to roll Joe Biden out again. I was live when it happened, so I did hear a couple of clips from it, but let's see what old Grandpa Joe's up to.
Former U.S. President Joe Biden has delivered his first public address since leaving the Oval Office. The 82-year-old was speaking at a conference in Chicago.
Whoa.
And seeing as he's been out of the spotlight for some time now, You might expect that he would be appearing less tired and more energized after his break, possibly with a powerful message to share.
Pulling into the parking lot, and I'd never seen hardly any black people in Scranton at the time I was only going in 4th grade. And I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by. They never turned right to go to Claymont High School. I wondered why. Asked my mom, why?
What? Holy shit. Please bring Biden back and let him talk more.
No, he is still a rambling mess and not exactly roaring back with energy. In fact, it's the same mumbling waffle that we all had to put up with for years. But this speech from Joe Biden was a disaster from the very start. He started speaking while the music was still blasting, making it impossible.
Bebop, I'm going to just assume that your would comment applies to her, because I'm sure that it might have applied to something else, but we're going to do you a solid. I'm just going to assume your would super chat applies to her. I'll cut you some slack on that one. Because I see Cretosis, and I'm sure that was around the time that the Leticia James video was up. Go easy on her, Jeremy. Her eyes are like that, so she could see predators approaching from the side.
Possible for anyone to make sense of what he was saying.
Thank you. So good to get you. Shotgun shack to the Superdome. Who deserve help and paid for.
So awkward. And it seemed...
I didn't see that part. Is that for real? So the music was playing while he was talking, and they... Is that for real? I didn't see this yesterday.
Started speaking while the music was still blasting, making it impossible for anyone to make sense of what he was saying.
Thank you. So good to get you. Shotgun shack to the Superdome. Who deserve help and paid for it.
So awkward. And it seems Joe Biden's delivery style hasn't changed one bit. He spent most of the speech attacking Donald Trump and speaking about Social Security. And when he wanted to make a really good point, he just started yelling.
It's about dignity. Simple dignity. Everyone.
What?
Dignity.
And when he wanted to make a really...
Why did he go, it's about dignity? Simple dignity. Holy crap.
Good point. He just started yelling.
It's about dignity. Simple dignity. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity. Regardless of their standing, regardless of economic situation, regardless of who they are.
Didn't you call MAGA a bunch of losers? Didn't you? Oh, my God, man.
Making sure that more than 60 million Americans who are living with disabilities are treated with dignity is who we are as Americans.
It's cringe. And to think that this time last year, he was trying to convince you that he should stay on as president of the United States. What a joke. Social media users are slamming the former president for his first speech since the election. One user posted to X, Biden should have never come out of hiding. Another said, this man is not well. So did we miss Joe Biden? Not at all. Remember when he called Donald Trump supporters garbage? Well, this time he appeared to suggest that Trump voters have no heart.
We can't go on like this as a divided nation, as divided as we are. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. It's never been this divided. Granted, it's roughly 30%, but it's a 30% that has no heart.
Now, the Democrats are in trouble with no clear leader or...
So everyone deserves respect. Everyone. You can't treat people like that, except for those people that vote for Donald Trump. Except for those people that vote for Donald Trump. Dougie P on Rumble for $100. MAGA Red $100. Says I had to come to Rumble to say this because YouTube fucking sucks. Democrats are not people. They are demons, Satan's spawn. They literally want savage child killers to murder all American citizens. Doug B is pissed, and I share his sentiment 100%. Thank you, Doug. Hell yeah. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. And they are, man. They're evil as fuck. Like, there was an interview with, was it Sean Hannity was interviewing Stephen A. Smith, and they were basically talking about how Sean Hannity says, you know, the Democrats will never accept you. And Stephen A. is like, oh, I know. It's like, then why the fuck do you support them?
Vision and Joe Biden coming out of hiding is not going to help them. AJ Rice joined Power Hour for his assessment on why the Democrats are suffering. Look, we were speaking about Democrats before. It's why.
Well, the Democrats they're in bad shape right now. I mean, when you bring Joe Biden out there and that's the result. Oof. And not only that, AOC and Bernie Sanders are running your party right now. This is not a good situation at all. 8 o'clock for 20 says they should arrest that Maine senator for attempt to human traffic and illegal. I agree completely. Into the 64 for 20 says the far left only cares about illegal aliens. They need to go or be judged by the American people. Also, these corrupt judges need to be fired and thrown into jail. I don't give a damn about them if they don't care about us. Evil people, man. Evil. Nightmare says, make a statement, fire up Bundy's chair and try him in that. Jeremy the Cyborg for 10 says, hail the 199. Hail Jeremy the Cyborg. Panic of Skyfaller says, sorry I'm late. Is it just me or did Trump did Trump lay a trap? Unless I'm wrong. It looks like they strategically waited until the Dems landed in El Salvador to release that information. Potentially, listen, I've said many times, I don't think that Trump operates with 5D chess like a lot of Trump supporters do. But Trump is very methodical and very intelligent, and he's definitely ahead of the curve. There's no doubt about the fact that he's ahead of the curve on a lot of different things. I don't think that it's to the level that some Trump supporters are like, oh, Trump is just like, an alien who's operating in a different dimension. It's like, not really. But he's definitely ahead of the curve, and he's smarter than all of these clowns, 100%. Taker says a federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to facilitate the return of Senator Holland from El Salvador, to which Trump replied, who? McCock says, let's see, Guar Gura, the PewDiePie of YouTuber with 4.5 million subs, says she's retiring. I'm super sad, and 4chan is down forever. I have no idea who that is. But I'm sure that Hayden Wayne's probably not happy either. Emerald Eye says fat Leticia James got that Chafoya disease. One eye looking at you, one eye looking for ya. Got that from Chat Music. Magnum North says she's going to be more googly-eyed after they send her to the trans female prison. You know what's sad about that is that we actually, and this just kind of shows you how crazy things are right now, that these are the types of things that we're celebrating. Again, and I'm one of the people that did it, but I mean, let me see. I know I liked, I think a reply from Dan Vask. Let me see if I could find it. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. So it was Az's tweet right here. So we live in a world where stating the fucking obvious is now classified as a major win. This is the level of insanity we have to deal with. UK Supreme Court just ruled that the law defines women as people born biologically female. This is a huge win for women, men, and the sanity in the UK and the West. Again, the fact that this is considered a huge win just shows you how fucking crazy everything is. This is insane. I mean, again, I'm happy that it happened, but it puts it in huge perspective that we're celebrating that common sense prevails. This is where we are. This is where we are. Now, there's another story that is making a lot of rounds, and that is the Carmelo Anthony story. And I have not really spoken about this whole thing about the mansion and the Cadillac and all of that, because I wasn't even like sure if it was legit or not. I did make a joke earlier, a very insensitive joke that I stand by completely. But this all starts because this story right here, Carmelo Anthony renting a $900,000 home in a gated community, in other words, a white community, with family, bought a new car after release on bond in Austin Metcalf murder case report. So there's also a report that there's like a Cadillac involved. They bought a Cadillac or something like that. But more is coming out about that story, and I'm not sure what's true and what's not true. Let me see if I can find it, because I did bookmark this story earlier. Where the hell did it go? Yeah, right here. So Dom Luker tweeted this out. It has been revealed that Carmelo Anthony has not withdrawn cash from the Gibson Go fundraiser, and that the $800,000 house and leased for $3,700 while the family was in 2022. It's the same address that's been in the white pages for 2 years. The report about the Cadillac was completely fabricated, which hurts this case, spreads further division and accusations of bias. We are moving towards a race war thanks to influencers, not civilians. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, like, at the end of the day, if the New York Post falsely posted this story, I could believe the mainstream media is trying to drive further division into an already divided story. But with all of that said, do you know who's the true person that's driving the division? Carmelo Anthony and the people around him. You know, the guy that killed the white kid. Because they uploaded this right here. They uploaded a fucking video for his walkout, treating this fucking clown like a celebrity.
All right. Come on, man. Just follow back behind us. Just stay close, okay?
This is insane.
Carmelo, do you have anything that you'd like to say? Carmelo, do you have anything that you'd like to say to the victim, to the family of the victim? Why were you armed, sweetheart? Carmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Excuse me.
Carmelo, is there anything
you want to say to the community that's donated?
Absolutely insane. Now you may be saying, Carmelo Anthony seems like a very, very sweet kid. That's what his family's telling you. Yeah, great kid. This Carmelo Anthony, great kid, great upbringing. This is the guy that the media is going to build their next George Floyd race war around right here. I'm telling you that there's 100% going to do this. This is what the media is going to do right now. They are going to do it. They're going to drive as much division as possible. And it's all going to be in an attempt to make Donald Trump look bad, because that's their sole focus right now, is to make Trump look bad. So we'll see how this case continues to, transpire. But yeah, I'm not thinking this is going to be a good thing, and I'm hoping that we can get out in front of it, but we'll see. Here's Colin Rugg. The family and friends of Carmelo Anthony are now promoting a new shirt with his face on them that says "Free Carmelo." A new website has been set up with shirts that customers can buy. The website was first promoted by DJ Fatboy Easy on Instagram. It's unclear what DJ Fatboy Easy's relationship is with the family. However, Carmelo's cuz was seen wearing one of the shirts in the photo with Carmelo after he was released from prison. Yeah, I mean, if if you aren't willing to, if someone in your family commits a horrible crime and you're not willing to say to that family member, you deserve to rot in hell for the thing that you did, you're a terrible person. Like, at some point in time, like, Jesus Christ, what are we doing, dude? The dude killed another person. He literally killed another person. It's that simple. I've had some horrible things. Like, I won't go into details, but like, there was a distant family member that did something really bad a long time ago. I completely cut ties. That person has been properly dealt with by the authorities. I'll never speak to them again. They should burn in hell. They should rot in hell. And I will never speak to them ever again. And anyone in the family that is affiliated with them, like, it's when somebody does something terrible, you can either choose to be a clown like this, or you can actually hold people accountable. When you're not holding people accountable, it doesn't matter. People need to be held accountable for what they've done. Or you can sell the fucking merch like these motherfuckers are doing. It's absolutely disgusting. Really is, man. So, God, I'm telling you that this feels like it's got George Floyd all over it in terms of the narrative that the media is building. So again, I don't know if the New York Post story is true or not, but if you've seen the uptick in anger because of this story, that's what they're trying to do. They want people to be angry. Now, I don't know if Dom Luker's version of it is legit or not either. I don't know. Let me see if we can find anything else on this. From what I understand, Carmelo, it's weird because I'm used to Carmelo Anthony being a NBA basketball player. Let's see, Gibson to go. Let's see if we have any true updates on that. And I've seen a lot of like discussion around like the Gibson Go thing. I personally have no problem with Gibson Go making it available and letting people do what they want. Like I like at that once you give a platform, once you start saying, hey, you're not allowed to raise money for this individual, it's a very, very slippery slope. It's a very slippery slope. I don't like that, because once you start doing that, then it's like, oh, well, then what else are they going to start taking down? What's the other one? There's Gibson Go, which was created because of the other one. What's the fucking other one? The crowdfunding website or whatever it is. What is it? Somebody's gonna say it in the chat. I'm drawing a blank. It's been the political GoFundMe. Yes, GoFundMe has shown that they are 100% like politically biased. Didn't they take down Kyle Rittenhouse's, if I'm not mistaken? Kyle Rittenhouse had a GoFundMe and that one got taken down, correct? And so once you start, so I don't like that. Like if individuals are willing to put their money up to support another individual, obviously I don't think that that's good for individuals to do that, but I also don't want to take people's ability away to do what they want to do with their money, even if it's to support a fucking criminal. I don't think the platform should be able to step in and go, well, we don't like this particular situation if we're going to shut it down, because it opens up a very slippery slope. I don't like that. But that's what GoFundMe has done. So I don't know. It's hard to find any stories that's actually giving any more details on that. So like I said, there are questions if this is legit or not. So time will tell. What isn't being questioned is that Carmelo Anthony took another person's life. Based on the police report that we have, based on the information that we have, that doesn't look like there's anything that would show that this was anything resembling self-defense, at least from everything I've heard. Although Tim Pool will tell you differently. But we got a proper 199 from Dougie B. Says, I'm so pissed right now. How about a nice diversion? What type of diversion would you be talking about, Dougie B? What type of diversion could there be to cheer everybody up? What could there be? I don't know.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming, and now it's turned around. It turns around, and it's coming, and it's gonna. I said, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's. Oh.
And of course, Dougie B, just because you dropped the MAGA red over on Rumble as well, we'll give one more.
I'm so happy you love the first drop of my collection of Frankie's bikinis. We have more dreamy pieces coming our way, so tap to sign up for early access so you can get more information.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Chat's very happy. Thank Dougie B for that one, okay? Thank Dougie B for that one. Okay, now, here's the thing. All right? Stephen A. Smith. I've heard, hang on. I hate how YouTube does this right here. Okay. So Valuetainment was talking about Stephen A. Smith, and I'm just telling you guys, like, my gut feeling is that Stephen A. Smith is going to be a player in the next election for the Democratic Party. Not because I think he's qualified, because I think everyone else that they have, any prominent names, are completely so unbelievably retarded that I think Stephen A. has a shot. And it's starting to pick up momentum. Here's Valuetainment talking about it with our good buddy Chris Cuomo, who no one should trust ever.
Stephen A. Okay. And I don't mean to, like, canonize this guy. And I'm afraid, because I know what happens when somebody's getting elevated, there's now a price on you to bring you down. And I don't want to see that for him. So that's why I'm shy on this. But he is also a reminder that reasonable should be a commodity. It should be a commodity. The fact that, you got to be full on MAGA or you got to want to kill Trump. Last night I said, I want the president to be successful in making the economy stronger for as many workers as possible and to set us up for a better national security perspective. And I didn't say President Trump for a reason, because I wanted people to just grab the concept of the office. Nope. I got savaged. Yeah. Okay. You say anything about Trump, you get savaged.
Well, you get savaged because you're a lying piece of shit, and I don't think anyone's ever going to forgive you for that. So you get savaged because of who you are, not necessarily what you say. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't really matter what you say online. Like, you're going to, like, if I go into a stream or a chat full of people that don't like Trump and I show up, and I say something about Trump, I'm going to get annihilated. That's just how the internet goes. If somebody comes into this chat and starts talking shit about Trump, they're going to get annihilated. That's just the internet, man.
That's the problem. Nobody is like that anywhere else in their life, except in our politics. And Stephen A. Smith is a reminder that you don't have to be a rabid form of one or the other. And that's why I love him.
I think Democrats are going to destroy him if he runs as a Democrat. I think they will destroy him. I think eventually they'll want to control what he has to say, and they'll have that meeting to say, you better do this or else we have this on you. And they won't. It's what your brother wasn't willing to do.
You can't do that with him. You know Stephen well enough.
I know. What I'm saying,
can't do that.
It's not about
Stephen A. Smith will 1000% play ball with the Democrats. Stephen A. Smith does not have a backbone. He is a politician. He's been working for ESPN, and he's been carrying the water that the executives at ESPN have wanted him to carry. He has no fucking backbone whatsoever. He is not some trailblazer. Stop building him up to be anything other than a fucking cuck, because he's proven it. You don't elevate at ESPN for the decades that he's been there without being a fucking politician. He will cuck to whatever the Democrats want him to if he actually has any legitimacy within the the polling.
you can or you can't. If you can't, then you can't run. Because in Democratic Party, they believe in arranged marriage.
Yep.
They believe in arranged marriage. They tell you, hey, Democrats,
but
this is your president.
They lost. They're down. They've never seen numbers like this. Their organization is screwed up. Nobody wants to give them money. So I don't know that they'll have as much control. But I will tell you this. You are right about one aspect of the dynamic. I would be very surprised if the next 1, 2, 3 Democrats that we start talking about are inside the system. On some level, they will be perceived as outsiders. Maybe they'll be an office holder, but they're not going to be seen as part of the establishment. Yeah. I'm just, that's
the establishment on both sides are cooked.
Because they're kicking
cooked.
my ass.
But that's the thing is, like, that's the whole narrative surrounding Bernie Sanders. They built Bernie Sanders up that, like, he's a political outsider. He's against the system. No, he never was against the system. He was always part of the system. They tried to build this image up that he was a political outsider, and you learned that he was just another cog in the wheel for the Democrats when the going got tough.
So much, the establishment side, that I know they're afraid of that.
It's going to be an Oprah. It's going to be something
like that.
From the entertainment world who's got the smarts and also the charisma and the it factor, like Trump. They need a Democrat version of Trump.
Yeah,
and right now, no one's
because they don't have and they keep saying the face. Who's going to be the face? You have AOC and Bernie Sanders out there. Like, by the way, there's no.
That's a gift to you guys.
That's a big time. Every time they speak, every time both of them speak. But when it comes like a Stephen A, you made a great point, Pat. Like, not only they're going to go after him, it's like if the Democrats, because he's saying this himself, he's saying, I'm getting approached by these politicians. I'm getting all these people. If they're going to back you and give all that money, my only fear is just like how you said it. When you go in, okay, God willing, if he wins, because I think he's a great guy. I'm saying I want our side to win. But if he comes in, the promises that were made to you that you're giving back to them, it's the policies. Are you going to reverse everything that we've been trying to do for the past 4 years? Because that's exactly what Biden did. They come in, everything reversed, and the country went downhill. That's my only fear is whoever they pick, whoever the new face is going to be, I can care about the face. It's what are you going to do? What are going to be your policies? It would
be great if that's what the debate is. If the debate is about whose ideas make the most sense, then we win.
Mm-hmm.
Then we win.
Yep. Who's we?
We, literally.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Yes.
If it's about the ideas of what the country needs in that moment, we win.
Good.
If it's about who, we lose. If it's about why one side you must vote for because the other is worse, if that's the analysis, we lose. That is the trend we're seeing, is that we've been going down a reductive path.
I hope the Democrats nominate a trans person. I hope the Democrats do it. That would be so glorious.
I do think you do have to build in one thing to your calculus, though. I don't know that post-Trump you have a MAGA next. That depending on how it goes,
right.
You could be running back to what you guys used to be, which was the character count.
I don't think that's ever going to happen, but it will depend a lot largely on how the economy, how the borders, whether or not we're involved in any foreign wars, and if he stays true to, you bring the price of oil down, you bring taxes down, the economy, the demand in our economy is there. You don't screw that up, and in two years you hold the House and Senate. It's yours to lose. It's literally theirs to lose.
Or if you listen to Steve Bannon and J.D. Vance becomes the president and then J.D. steps down, then you have another term of a legal loophole that's what Steve Bannon is just
on. You talked about it on News Nation.
It's not a legal loophole.
It's not legal?
I love that this is part of the discussion. Trump for a third term, baby. Let's fucking go. I love that this is part of the discussion.
You can't do it. You can't have the VP who has been a 2-term president step up. That's the 22nd Amendment and the 12th Amendment working together. Don't allow it.
You don't like Bannon?
Oh no, I don't dislike Bannon. I'm saying that I get what he's doing. It's a great political play because it's creating this aspirational idea of that's how good Trump is.
Yeah.
That we got to figure out how to break the system. And I saw this playbook work for Bloomberg. Mm-hmm. Bloomberg in New York City took the city through a really hard time. They didn't want him to leave. So they went to the city council and change the city charter to allow him to have another term. Wow. Now, can you do that on the federal level? Can you? Yeah, but you're not going to get a constitutional amendment for anything. The only loophole wouldn't be that one, Vinny. It would be that it's a national emergency, so he can't leave, but not martial law, because then that's military rule. Yeah. And that's a very tricky space. I get why Bannon's doing it. I don't know how it could ever happen.
Eric.
Why not? I mean, there was, we were.
I love it, dude. Nobody wants to doubt Trump. Nobody wants to doubt him. And you should never doubt Trump. I'm just telling you, a lot of people are dismissing this idea. Don't ever doubt Trump. Lico Kenobi for $100 says, what's up, everyone? I've arrived in Vegas, getting ready to stream Mario Party Jamboree. What's up, Jeremy? I hope your day is going well. Looking forward to tomorrow night's meetup. Also, looking forward to the Nintendo Direct to see if we get a pre-order date. Hail the 199. Hail to you, brother. Yes, the Vegas meetup is tomorrow. Obviously, I'm not going to be there. I've said, thank you, Linko. Hope you have a great time. I can't. I've got too much stuff going on with family right now, so I'm not able to be on the other side of the country. But I'm gonna miss everybody. I hope you guys have a lot of fun. We will have G&G peeps there. Ryan's there, Beardo's there. I think Steph's there. A couple of people is going to be there, so should be a fun meetup. And obviously Gary and the F&T crew all there. So hopefully we'll get it all worked out. We shall see. But I love how they won't even even Eric here won't even comment. He's like, Trump may do something.
I don't know how it could ever happen.
Eric.
Why not? I mean, there was. We were at the end of Obama 2.0. We thought Michelle was going to win, and he picked Barack as her vice president. And she was going to step down in the third term of Obama. Instead,
the 12th Amendment doesn't allow it.
We got Joe Biden's third term of Obama. But no, listen. Bannon is a provocateur. He's a good friend of mine. He's on my show every single day. The last 7 minutes of my show were with Steve. We do the handoff the way you and Lemon used to do the handoff at CNN. I think he's brilliant. I think he is the original thought mind behind the populist movement, which is now not only in America, it's sweeping the globe.
What did you say? He would do what with Don Lemon?
So my show ends at 5, and he picks up at 5, and we do a 7-minute handoff.
He's taking a shot at me.
Good old gay joke. Let's go.
I love Chris just turned into a typical New Yorker. Chris goes,
that was my
his hands were on him. I heard hands. Whatever.
The two of you bantering back.
You know how that started? The handoff. The handoff started
in a bar over drinks
with Jeff Zucker telling me you've got to stay over onto his show to kind of help mitigate whatever was going to come out of his
Stop.
face.
I believe it. I believe
Stop it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Is he? Is he calling Don Lemon out? Jeff Zucker, who ran CNN, I don't know if he still runs it. He's saying that he wanted Cuomo to carry over into Don Lemon's show to help him. I mean, I can believe that.
Help him not start with a stumble. Said you got to help start the show because who knows what he's going to be saying.
Well, one, I was the #1 show, right? So you wanted to carry over, but it was his take may or may not have been something that they wanted the CNN logo underneath in that moment. So they would have me stay on just to kind of let's hear where.
I don't know if I believe that because Chris Cuomo's the one saying it. That's the only reason I don't know if I believe it. I do believe that Don Lemon's a piece of shit, but Don Lemon had been there forever.
Where he's coming from out of the box.
If you don't want to take of a guy, how long was Lemon with CNN? Why would you keep him?
Long time.
7, 8.
Why would you keep him?
Because in a polarized environment, in a divided environment, people who are provocative and coming from a definite point of view resonate.
Yeah, I mean he checks all the marks.
By the way,
black guy, gay, angry.
Zucker's best friend is Don Lemon's best friend, who's his agent.
Weird.
So they had a real bond.
How long was he there?
Okay, that's why I didn't
16.
go full ham on Don for choosing Zucker's bullshit about what my life was over my own, even though we were friends. because he was very close with Jeff and he wanted to keep his job. I got it. I didn't respect it, but I understood it.
A lot of you have been asking about the cigar lounge that you went.
Well, there you go. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Stephen A. thing. I don't know if he is going to try to get involved in some capacity. There's no doubt about that. How it's going to all play out, I don't know. But I do think he's going to be a serious player, because who else do they have? Gavin Newsom, Bernie AOC, Jasmine Crockett, and Stephen A. Smith. Who else do they have? They literally have no one else. Am I missing anybody? Oh, I mean, I guess if they want to bring Kamala Harris back out, but Josh Shapiro. Yes, you're right about that. Josh Shapiro is actually a good candidate for them. He actually might be the most legitimate one because he doesn't have the baggage of a Gavin Newsom or a AOC or a Crockett or something like that. So they're in bad shape, though. The Dems are in really bad shape. Let me get a couple of these super chats. Let's see. Or says Leticia James, cross-eyed grimace. Eric John Pizarro says CNN tried to ask questions at the end and was told no. Nick Nero says gamer word and also became a new member. Thank you. Ethbound Ian says I got extremely teary-eyed listening to her. Thank God we have Trump as our president, and it goes to show the Democrats truly are the party of evil. 1000%. Health Minister of Belgium says they should send that Democrat senator straight to the whatever prison with his friends. Let's see. John says absolutely disgusting. River Miles, I did that more than once. Joe Biden. Lance Schneck says this is the reality of the world outside of the U.S. People need to hear it and wake the F up. Blast Radius says Democrat Party today is probably the biggest threat America has seen to date, not Putin or even China, the enemy within, folks. Demogeni says absolutely disgusting. That animal needs to see the I don't even know what the hell that says. As an uncle and a grandfather of several girls, I can't contain my anger right now. I hear you, brother. Grand Potato says the Dems are the party that lost the Civil War. Nightcall says white something are as poor as I don't even know what the fuck you're trying to say. Is this like a Joe Biden thing? I'll just let people read that. I ain't going to try to read it. I'm not going to try to get clips saying that shit. Bohica says, was that Leticia James or Admiral Akbar? Let's see. Vec says Leticia James looks like a black-ass live-action Simpsons character. Fuck. Keenan says Chris is innocent of all the trippings. Bohica says Officer Tatum and Air July should sit down with Stephen A. Black pill him. Polite Rude Guy says voting Trump 2028. It's legal and constitutional. Listen, if I think that Trump is 100% going to try and run, I absolutely believe it. Can he? I don't know. But will he try? Absolutely. River Miles says Leticia James as border czar. She'll cover all of Texas and maybe even New Mexico. Harley Dave for 20 says, what the fuck is even this? I despise Chris Cuomo. I will pay more to never hear his voice. Love you, chat. I think the chat probably agrees with that. So should I threaten Harley Dave right now to pull up a Chris Cuomo video? Let's pull up a Chris Cuomo video. Let's see. I'll threaten Harley Dave. All right. Let's pull up a Chris Cuomo video. Let's see if Harley Dave's a man of his word. Okay. Let's see here. Harley Dave, you a man of your word? We got Chris Cuomo with Sarah Palin. Geez, you talk about a tough video to get through. I mean, that's a tough video to get through. Okay. Harley Dave. Can you imagine the cringe if I hit play right now? Like that's tough. That's tough, Harley Dave. All right. I don't know if I want to put maybe I'll super chat myself to make sure I don't play this one. Cause that is pain right there. All right. I'm just fucking with you, Harley Dave, though. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Good to see you here, brother. Let's see. Panic the Skyfaller says, why were you armed, sweetheart? Harley Harley Dave! Harley Dave! Oh, from Street Fighter, Damaj and I got you. I got you. Harley Dave for a proper 199. Harley's always messaging me, man. Harley's good people. He's good people. And of course, the chat will be happy with the results. The chat always happy when a proper 199 rolls through. He did it anyway. He did it anyway. Of course he did.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm going to do it.
Do not come.
I'm going to come.
We're just trying to bring some positive vibes to the stream, right? Thank you, Harley. Good to see you. Let's see. Delta Entertainment, Lee Okanobi says, forgot to mention that 20 subs away from getting monetized. I'm loving this shop. Congratulations, man. You're on that grind, man. Congrats to Linko Kenobi. Hail to Linko Kenobi. 20 subs away from getting monetized. Pedro says, that guy was a corn pop. Fun with collecting says, how about a shirt? Bring back Austin. Charlie Thompson says, the Lotus Eaters have a great video on this if you want to watch it. Or says, you see his post on X saying, I got away with it. Who are we talking about now? Solid Felix says, you have your TDS troll Ruben now roast. Who? I remember like making a comment about some Ruben weirdo a while back. Man, there's so many people that come in here like and you know hate or whatever. I can't keep up with them. So I guess the best thing I can say about this troll apparently that's here is that I don't even remember who the fuck you are. That's probably the most disrespectful thing I can say is that you're so insignificant. I don't even fucking remember you. But who I do remember is John freaking Murdoch for a proper 1-9. No! Holy shit! This man chose violence. This man chose violence. Okay? I was not prepared for that. But John Murdoch chose violence. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't make the rules, okay? I don't make the rules. So I'm going to give John Murdoch what he paid for. Although Harley Dave paid to not have it, and right now it's at even. So the next one determines the direction we go. Because I got to be fair to Harley Dave, and I got to be fair to John Murdoch. So we now need a tiebreaker, okay? So which one's it going to be? In the meantime, while we're figuring that out, enjoy a couple of reasons to hang around, okay? So there you go. All right? While we play, I lost focus. I was watching the jiggle physics, and I lost focus of what I was going to say. Jeremy, D-Day Cobra has the gift of grift. This is true. I do. Dougie B says, why is there a gaming stream set up for 9 or 7:45 a.m.? Because that's when the Nintendo Direct is tomorrow morning for the Mario Kart World Direct. It's at 7:45 a.m. Holy shit. Holy shit. What? I'll be honest, I don't know what to do right now. Dougie B for 50 says, I say no to Cuomo. Holy crap. I don't know what to do. Dougie B spoke up. Jeremy is in grifting heaven. Not me. Holy shit. John Murdoch has broke his bank account, says YouTube won't let me pay more. Oh my God. I guess we're gonna have to, like, I got nothing else, man. I now Chris Cuomo is 100% going to be part of this show moving forward. Apparently, is this why? Did you guys? Is this what Patrick Bet David did? Did he see the gold mine that is Chris Cuomo, and people were like, "I'll pay you to not have him on"? I got to do it now. Willie Will just dropped it. John Murdoch, Harley Dave, 10 grand in Dan Vask money, says Alex McCarthy. Jesus Christ. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to watch this video. I've kind of trolled myself. I was just thinking I would get like a 199 out of Harley Dave and we could move on. And I got a lot more to talk about. Instead, I've kind of fucked myself over here. Of course, it's good. The grift has been good, but here we go. Jesus.
The party of Trump sure does resemble a lot of things that Sarah Palin and John McCain used to talk about. So I wanted her to come on to the project to talk about her experience in politics.
I'm going to be honest. I think listening to Sarah Palin is going to be worse than listening to Cuomo. I hate Sarah Palin. I can't stand her.
What people need to know about it and where we are now versus what her party wanted back then, for better and worse. Opportunity. Always good to see you.
Thank you. It's my honor.
Sarah, what's been your experience with the difference between how the media...
So for those of you that don't remember, Sarah Palin was the vice presidential nominee for, was it John McCain? Right? John McCain. And when she came onto the scene, I believe, and again, I didn't follow politics super closely back then, although I did follow it. She might have been one of the first kind of diversity picks on the prominent scale for politics, because she 100% was a diversity pick. She was the governor of Alaska, correct? Wasn't she the governor of Alaska? And, you know, she's not ugly. So, you know, they bought like, hey, let me get this, pretty, female to offset John McCain, who was like, had like a foot and a half in the grave at that point in time. And yeah, I guess I think she's a Trump supporter at this point, but I don't trust her. We're going to give this a couple of minutes and then we're moving on. Thank you guys for the grift, you mad lad.
Yeah, treats you when they're reporting on you versus how when the lights aren't on or they're not recording.
Well, I think anyone who is in any kind of the proverbial spotlight anyway knows that there's never a sincere and genuine capture of who you are via television, via those cameras. You know, it's tough to
oh my God, yes. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing it too. I'm paying the chat too. I have to pay the chat. I got to pay up too. Gifted memberships. I'm dropping gifted memberships to the chat. We're moving on from this. John Murdoch has called it off, even though Willie Will dropped a $200 super chat. John Murdoch has called it. Willie Will, I need your blessing. Willie Will, can you please give us a blessing to move on from this, please? I need Willie Will to co-sign it, John, and then we can stop. You don't have to send a super chat to Willie Will. I just need you to co-sign it. If you can do that, we can move on. Okay? That would be the best. That would be the best. That would be the best thing we can do. So I'm looking at the chat right now. I've got to drop gifted memberships for everybody as an apology. He just did. What did he say? I didn't see it. Yes, please go on. Okay. So we're good. All right, there's my apology to the chat. Okay, there's my apology to the chat. Let me see. Willie Will. I'm trying to see. This chat's moving so freaking fast. Harley Dave's probably mad at me. Everybody's fucking mad at me. I think people said that Willie Will gave us the cosign. Let me see. Hell yeah, apologize more. All right, we're moving on. Let's get back on track. Thank you guys for that detour in grifting. I do appreciate it. So I want to address that. When people are always saying Jeremy grifts and all this stuff, I just want to say, like, for anybody that makes those statements about me, I just want you to know that I agree 100%. I am a grifter, and I will continue to do so. Now, here's the next story we have to talk about. Or with a gifted membership. Here's what we got to talk about. Boom. Wall Street Journal confirms through Ashley St. Clair that Elon Musk was attempting to impregnate Tiffany Fong. Fong was given $20,000 payouts on X during this time. Musk unfollowed Fong after she asked Ashley St. Clair for advice regarding Elon, unaware that St. Clair was with Musk. What is happening, Elon? Elon, what are you doing, man? Now, again, let's be clear. All of the speculation that we had, it's true. Elon, Ashley St. Clair, she's an e-thought. We all know that. But now you got the Tiffany Fong chick that was getting $20,000 payouts. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of bullshit because, like, let me show you my Twitter payouts. Okay, now I got right at 100,000 followers, okay? I don't tweet a whole lot. Let me show you if I can find it. I don't even know how to look this shit up. Payout. X Pro. How the hell do you even do this? Monetization. Is this it? Okay, here's my payouts on Twitter. Right here. $90, $130, $130, $140, $120, $87, $129, $150, $110, $84, $157. This is going back to like 2024, October. Like, I was getting bigger payouts when I had less tweets going on. I got like 297. Like 376 is the most I think I've ever gotten. Now, this Tiffany Fong chick was getting $20,000 payouts. Okay, that is bullshit. Elon was essentially giving preferential treatment to the chicks he's trying to bang. I do respect it. But you don't have to game the system, bro. You're Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Now, like, if something like this was happening on YouTube or Twitch, we would be losing our fucking mind. That's the reality of the situation. If someone on Twitch was working the system in order to, like, give preferential treatment to bigger payouts for people, we'd be pissed. We'd be really fucking pissed. The thing that makes it so weird is that Elon, like, I have my Twitter account back because of Elon Musk. That is a fact. I would not be on Twitter right now, at least with my primary account. My main account got suspended for 1.5 years by Naughty Dog. I've talked about that many times. I got a DMCA strike. They kept taking down my Big Abby Pump meme. And I kept reposting it, telling them to go fuck themselves. After like the 30th or 40th post or whatever it was, they finally DMCA'd my account and suspended it indefinitely. I didn't Jeremy, how much more can I give you? As much as you want, Harley Dave. We haven't had a $500 super chat in a while, buddy. Whatever you're looking for. So I'm very thankful for what Elon Musk has done. And I'm not like, the reason I'm not overly upset about this is because he has given such He's given us all so much with this platform and the way he's done it, but you got to call this out, man. Like, this is kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of bullshit, but I still respect it. I even tweeted right here, Elon is the nature boy for real. He really is the nature boy, man. Oh, man. So, I mean, now Ashley St. Clair also, there was a report that of what Elon offered her. Elon apparently offered her a lot of money and she turned it down. Here we go right here. Please respect Ashley St. Clair's privacy while she gives an interview and a photo shoot to the Wall Street Journal. Now, what's interesting about this, and I saw a tweet, I don't know if I liked it or if I bookmarked it. I think I bookmarked it. And yes, give me a minute. And I think this puts it all into perspective. Now, the reason I'm so invested in this story simply is because Ashley St. Clair blocked me before all of this came out. She blocked me on Twitter because I called her a fake MAGA supporter, because she is. But right here is the truth of it right here. As Milo says right here. Ashley St. Clair declined to sign a confidentiality agreement worth over $40 million because there was something she wanted even more than money: for everyone to know it was Elon's baby. That is what she wanted right there. She turned down a huge amount of money for confidentiality because all she wanted was for everyone to know that she had Elon's baby, because she knew that it was going to be more beneficial in the long run if everyone knew that. At least that's what she thinks. I personally think that's a big mistake from her, but that's what she wanted. So another e-thought being exposed once again. I stand with Elon. I did see hang on. I legitimately have Andrew Tate like muted on Twitter because not only just Andrew Tate, like I even have his name because I'm sick and tired of seeing the Andrew Tate shit. So I have him muted, but I saw a reply from him and I think it's so fucking funny. If I can find it. Right here. Here we go. Okay. So this is the Wall Street Journal confirms Ashley St. Clair, blah, 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 blah. Andrew Tate says, G, impregnate all e-girls, repopulate the earth, block them when they talk shit. I'm team Elon. That's pretty fucking funny, dude. I have nothing against Andrew Tate. Like, I don't know what's real and what's not about Andrew Tate. So my problem is not Andrew Tate. It's the noise surrounding Andrew Tate that I get tired of. I get tired of people with Andrew Tate derangement syndrome. And the reason I mute it is because I don't care. I don't care enough to even worry about it. There are people that will tell you that Andrew Tate is the worst human being that's ever lived in the history of the world, yet they don't know. They have no facts to support it. Then you have other people that'll tell you Andrew Tate is the greatest human being that's ever lived in the history of the world. And obviously that's ridiculous. So I just get tired of the nonsense surrounding it. But in terms of Tate himself, I don't care. Like, I'm good with him. I don't have a problem with him. If he did something, then he should probably put in prison for it. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. It seems like that a lot of powerful people don't like the fact that Andrew Tate has influence. And then I hear all of these clowns say, he's on video saying it. He's on video saying what? Talking shit? Okay. He's on video talking shit. That doesn't make him guilty of a fucking crime if you're on video talking shit. I think Andrew Tate is like a professional wrestler. I think that he has a character and a gimmick that he works online, and it triggers a lot of fucking weak people. But I don't care. But this is funny as shit right here. I mean, you look at it, like him saying this is 100% him working a gimmick right now. He's working a gimmick in order to piss people off. This is all meant to piss off mentally weak people that are just triggered by Andrew Tate. That's what it is. So that's your headcanon? No, my headcanon is reality. My headcanon is I don't know anything about him other than what everybody else claims that they know, and they don't know any more than I know. They only know what they see on the internet. And all of these people foam at the mouth over Andrew Tate, and I get really tired of it. So I have his account blocked and I have his name blocked because I don't care how much you hate Andrew Tate. It doesn't matter to me. Let's see. Okay, there's more to go because it's been a very, very busy day. And what time is it? I got to make sure I don't, because I have a gaming stream tonight. That's why I went live earlier than normal. Oh, I have to talk about this. Home Alone 2 director Chris Columbus wants Donald Trump's cameo removed from the film. Of course. So we all know that there's this famous scene with the 45th and 47th president of the United States of America in Home Alone 2. He makes a cameo. And the director, Chris Columbus, wants Donald Trump's cameo removed from the film. Now, this is why they love their digital media, because they can control and rewrite history. Because they don't want to be reminded that you all loved Donald Trump. You all worshiped Donald Trump all these years ago. But now you want to rewrite history and pretend that that never existed. He says, it's become a curse. It's become a curse. It's become an albatross for me. I just wish it was gone. I can't cut it. If I cut it, I'll probably be sent out of the country. I'll be considered sort of not fit to live in the United States, so I'll have to go back to Italy or something. Columbus said in 2020 that Trump more or less bullied his way onto the movie. Fucking weak bitch-made behavior, dude. We paid the fee, but he also said the only way you can use the plaza is if I'm in the movie. That's not bullying, motherfucker. You asked him for something that he had, and he negotiated, and he won. That's not bullying. Fuck off. Good Lord. So we agreed to put him in the movie, and when we screened it for the first time, the oddest thing happened. People cheered when Trump showed up on screen. So I said to my editor, leave him in the movie. It's a moment for the audience. You fucking lying piece of shit. You begged him to be in the movie because he was a fucking celebrity. You all loved him back then, and now you're trying to rewrite history. Good Lord, man. So yeah. And again, this is truly one of the greatest moments in Hollywood history. This is something that they're going to study in film school for the rest of time. Trump's acting in this moment was probably the greatest acting we've ever seen ever. I mean, there might be a couple of moments where you could pull to, Heath Ledger's Joker, Edward Norton in American History X, Daniel Day-Lewis, Denzel Washington, maybe. But few reach the heights of this moment, this impactful moment of President Trump in Home Alone 2. Truly some of the greatest acting you're ever going to see. And we all should just feel good and lucky that we were alive in this moment in time. So there we go. Oh, God, these clowns are ridiculous. I like how Doug B. earlier says, use my past supers and rumble rants to go against Cuomo. That was one of the funniest ones, dude. That was freaking great. Thank you, John Murdoch, as well, for helping get that party started. Willie Will, Harley Dave, all of you. Greatly appreciated. Harley Dave 420 says, Jeremy, you are loved, and if you knew how much you were loved, you would love everything about this. I do. I don't know why. I don't know why people like when I stream. I don't know. I chalk it up to, like, it makes you feel better about yourself when you see me, how retarded I am. That's all what I've always chalked it up to be. So that's my headcanon right there. We got Logan Miller with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Logan. Appreciate that, brother. Or with a gifted membership. Aaron James with a gifted membership. Thank you. Doug Dougie B says, remember the super chat wars of old? Oh, the good days. Oh, I do. I absolutely do. Those were the good days. Maybe we can bring those back one of these days. We shall see. Let's see. Z Herb says, maybe a dumb question. I'm like halfway through this stream, but did the guy that sent to El Salvador killed that girl? No, so the guy, if I'm understanding this correctly, the guy that the Democrat went to get freed is not the guy that killed the girl. Correct? Am I correct about that? I think, but it's just another illegal immigrant from El Salvador. So I think it's a different guy. Same type of guy. That's a good way to put it. Feel free to think. Same type of guy, but not the guy. It's about, but it's about the fact that you have this horrible situation that an American citizen went through. And instead of worrying about that American citizen and the tragedy and her family and what they're having to deal with, you're grandstanding wanting to go to El Salvador and get another violent criminal to bring back to the fucking country. Grindodrome says Gavin Newsom in heels. Act Natural says, OMG, they're pretending they're still at CNN, laughing my ass off. Vault 95 says, early CobraCast today, LFG, gaming streaming later. Well, I am doing a gaming stream on Geeks and Gamers Play tonight, but it won't be the one you're looking for. And then I have to make videos after that. CG says, Josh Shapiro would likely never be it. Too many Dems would never vote for a Jew. He wasn't the VP nominee because the far left in Michigan had a tantrum. That's a good point, too. Taker says, as was hoping the UK ruling wouldn't go that way, it did because he now has to admit he complimented a man on his nice jubbies. Here we go. Here's the super chat wars right here. So John freaking Murdoch, Harley, Dave, Dougie B, Willie Will, John Murdoch. That was a lot. And then I dropped the 50 gifted memberships. Whew. That was a hell of a run we had there, boys. No wonder people like that. Like, there's so many people that hate me because I get so many super chats. I still don't understand how I get so many either, to be fair. So, Rub-a-Dub for $9.99 says, you need to write a book called The Art of the Grift. Well, maybe one day. Logan Miller says, privacy while giving an interview. What the fuck does that mean? I'm retarded. Shut up. People will probably leave you alone. Jeremy is gay. Thank you, Logan Miller. Chris Whiting says, missed the start of just getting caught up. What the fuck is wrong with Leticia James' eyeballs? She needs to get kicked by a mule to fix that. I think her eyeballs are trying to escape. I think that's really what it is. Her eyeballs are trying to escape. Which I don't find that to be I think that's a very noble thing for sure. Mr. Friendly says, how much? What? Y'all for him. How much you buying? What are you buying? What are you selling? Logan Miller says, where's the Alex Jones clip? I didn't download it yet. I'm glad you told me about that because you sent a super sticker after the fact, like a super chat, like after the fact, a super thanks, I think is what they're called, because you were happy about that. I did see that. I need to add it. Ort for $1. Harley Dave for $1. Freaking Harley Dave sent me a whole $1. Slain Hope says, play it. Vloggy. I'm not even gonna read that one. Aaron James says, chat wins. Tiger Got Wood. It says, I mean, who's nailing it? Palin. It's a cinematic masterpiece. Alex McCarthy says 10 grand in Dan Vask money. Matt Cat says the chat always wins in D-Day Snake Pit. I agree. Grant Potato says Alaska apologizes for Sarah Palin. Ramtax says I really wish my wife would have Elon's baby. I could use the cash. I mean, I'm pregnant with Elon's baby. I already admitted that. He never responded to me, so I kind of know how Ashley St. Clair feels. I know exactly how she feels. I don't know if you guys saw that post from me. But yeah, Elon completely ignored me. Can you believe that? Elon completely ignored me when I sent that out. I'll show you guys again in case you don't remember. It's a little disappointing. I thought we had something special, but Elon decided no, he's going to ignore me as well. Here it is right here. I'm having Elon Musk's baby. I will accept 2.5 million plus 5,000 a year and all my bills paid. I'll only ask for your privacy after you give me attention. Please do not objectify me. So this is where I admitted that Elon Musk, I had his baby, and I just needed 2.5 million and 500K a year and all my bills paid. That's all I was asking for. And he didn't respond. So it's painful. It's painful memory. I don't want to talk about it, to be honest. So please just oh boy. Saren says, introducing my grandparents to the snake pit. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to your grandparents, who are probably awesome. I am so sorry. That's thank you though. Hello to your grandparents. Megatron says, first the Super Bowl, then the Daytona 500, then UFC. Now I need a Donald Trump WrestleMania appearance. I hope so. Again, this weekend, we will be covering WrestleMania on G&G Locals. Having a watch party over there. I hope you guys will enjoy. 8 o'clock says, another news, Stan Lee bullied his way onto every Marvel movie. Exactly. The Blue Orchard says, new Cobra Commander combat figure dropped, bro. I know. I need to pre-order those. Taker says, Jeremy, now we have these judges thinking they can hold Trump in contempt over the deportations of the Supreme Court already ruled they had authority to do. These Obama judges, man. These Obama judges are corrupt as hell. Razor Wire on Rumble says, give that fucker the death penalty. He should go out the same way he killed his victim. He's no better than the rabid dog that needs to be put down. V6 Neon says, with the Democrats helping directly trying to import a terrorist who has been deported back to their own country, surely they have committed high treason at least and interfering with another country. JJ 1812 says, Wall Street Journal confirms through Ashley St. Clair that Elon Musk was attempting to impregnate Tiffany Fong. Yep, we talked about that earlier. Jonathan Witzkid says, you know who else is evil besides the Democratic Party? The community glorifying the murder because they believe they're fighting white supremacy, the black community. I want this racial civil war addressed by Trump. I'm not generalizing the good blacks. Yeah, too many good black people because they're Americans and don't act like savages and kill people. I'm just so angry and maybe depressed. The story has been in my head all day. I do feel afraid now. You just got to stop reading a lot of the headlines over there, man. Like, you know, if you're getting depressed by social media, you should get off social media. I think that's the answer. There's a lot of stuff you can enjoy in the world. Social media is part of my day-to-day routine because of what I do. But if I wasn't tied to the internet for my livelihood and my business, I would certainly detach from the internet for a significant amount of time because it's good to do that. You got to treat your mind just like your body. You can't eat junk food all day long or you're just going to feel like shit. If you're just on social media and you're just seeing negativity all day long, it's not good for your mental health. It's just not. And you've got to separate sometimes. So if you are feeling that way, I would highly recommend just turn Twitter off for a couple of days and look at things from a different perspective. Watch some good movies, something like that. Big Daddy says, I can never get over how smart, handsome, and talented Jeremy is. Please never leave us, brother. Did I mention how smart and handsome and talented you are? What? Stop lying. Papa Chalupa says she's keeping an eye out for Trump and Elon. Earthbound Ian says no one is above the law. Yeah, Leticia. How did that work out? I love how that's biting her in her ass. Nick Nero says more gamer words. Jacoby says that MS-13 guy is a total gamer word. Even his mom, GW is a GW. Like MO199 hail chat. Jimmy Rings Halo says arrest Mayorkas, Biden, and every effing Democrat who allowed this to happen. Jeff K says, I live in this area and I know people who have walked that trail many times. It breaks my heart this happened. Bohica says, the tragedy is happening and yet the bimbos Amazon sent into space got returned and they're all offended over no coverage for the fake flight. Yeah, that's so embarrassing. It really is. Nathan says deportation is too good for these people. Exalted Patriarch says this identifies as a proper 199. Love and respect to the 199. Thank you. Cyberhunk Return says they've already talked about running a trans person. Even Joe Rogan says Michelle Obama would have a chance at winning. Dougie B says I got that one. Yeah, that's the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. Cypher says proper 199 fight. Elbox says we all remember nailing Palin. Yes, we do. Kyle says, hail Jeremy, hail everyone the 199, hail the fellowship, hail Chris, to tell Beardo he's gay. God bless you all. Thank you. Psychmonger says, I find Chris Columbus's name very offensive and believe he should force to change it. I know, right? We should pull that card on him. Jupiter Knight says, swear that person was a corner in National City. And don't forget, we do have, will you be hosting Mario Kart on Locals? I could join. Can I join? We are going to be doing Mario Kart World streams once it drops. So yeah, we got big plans for that game and a lot of community involvement. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I am hosting Mario Kart tonight over on the Geeks and Gamers Play channel. So I hope you guys will join us over there. That's why I went live a little bit early. So let's see. Anthony says, I identify as a proper 199. Hail the snake pit and to the fig, Jeremy. Thank you so much. But that's going to do it right here for this episode of CobraCast 199. Am I going to Vegas? No, I cannot go to Vegas. I have family stuff going on that I cannot get away. So hospitals and surgeries and a lot that I'm dealing with. It's not even just my mom. There's more people in my direct family that are dealing with surgeries and stuff. So it's just like, it's when it rains, it pours. I've been pretty blessed in life with good health with not only me, my family, but as people in your life get older, it happens. So cherish every moment you have. That's for sure. Cherish every moment you have. Harley Dave says, Timmy, what? But I 100%, give that message to all of you. Cherish all the moments you have with your loved ones because life is short and time flies, especially when you're on the internet, social media, all that moving strong. Thank you, Willie Will. Appreciate you, brother, and Harley Dave and all of that. But yeah, so that's why I couldn't make it to Vegas. So I hope everybody has a great time in Vegas. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to go live here in about an hour on Geeks and Gamers Play. So I hope you guys will join us over there. I'm hosting tonight, so it should be fun. Should have a good crew over there. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great night. Stay safe. And if social media is stressing you out too much, just take a chill pill, get off the internet, watch some movies, play some video games, have some fun. Don't let it stress you out too much. All right. You guys have a good night. Talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.